I know. Well, we won't then. We won't honor it until it's really here. How's that? Oh, darn!
Maybe
well,
some
good.
kind of spiritual growth.
Yeah, well, I don't have to fight the beads then.
When is their birthday?
You thought I knew something you didn't.
That was a past life I was born on.
Yeah, I think so. We have a wonderful speaker today. Laura is not only a great yoga master, she's also one of these wonderful people that always has a smile on her face, and you have a feeling that no matter what you said to her that you've done, she'd say, "That's nice, and bless you," because she is always forgiving of people and loving and kind. And it's a delight to have her work here at the center and be here. She tells me yesterday, somebody said they were so sick, and I said, "You need to go get some Ayurvedic," and I pointed her towards Laura, because Laura helps heal not only our body, but our soul. And when you can talk about that, about one person doing all of that, it's incredible. And I'm not exactly sure what she's going to be speaking about, but I know it's going to be fantastic. And so, please welcome Laura Marshall.
Hey! It's a really nice introduction. As usual, you know, she will do it. Well, I have to say it's an honor for me to present this tradition. This is the tradition that we hold in all the Americas, not just Mexico, but many, it comes from Indian times, from very, very long Indian times, but it has become a mestizo thing, because now we put, of course, Virgin Mary and mixed in with Catholic and Indian elements, so then we always have that. However, it does really remark the profound understanding that the people from these cultures have about life and death and all that. You know, being in a culture where you don't have a lot of material stuff and material world, not like here, you know, that is so easy to get. I think you tend to focus your energy a little more on other things. And I think that's partly what's going on. So basically, those of you who have not had not been exposed to an altar before, I will very quickly say this area here. We have 3 levels always. The first level is the level of material. You know, that's where the bodies are. That's why we put the skeleton of the bicycle, the skeleton of the guy that is running, the skeleton of the one who's meditating, because whatever you did in life, whatever it was that you did is the bones of who you are, and those stay on this level, okay? However, that's not who you are, because of course you're born, you're a baby, oh, everybody says, oh, goo, da, da, you know, and you descend, you are the life who descends on earth. So then you take a body, this is the belief, you take a cloth. This is a cloth, this is a vehicle for us to operate on this, whatever. So you are a baby, you grow up, all the drama goes on here. You become a daddy, you know, you get love, you give love, you didn't get love, you didn't give love. Don't worry, it's all about the drama, okay? all on the belief. Whatever beliefs that you hold and everything else is all on the belief. When you die, our understanding is this body, this coating, bye-bye, goes to earth. The light ascends to the heavenly realm. Hopefully. However, there is this layer here, there is the astral level, where you retrieve into this astral level with your light. Then it doesn't matter what your identity was, it doesn't matter what your name was, your light, your energy, you're a packet of information and light and energy. So then you are here. This one, guys, is the difficult one to get out of. The astral body is the one that you're going to carry for years and years and centuries, and you've been born 1,000,000 times, okay? You've been born 1,000 times with different bodies. Each one of these bodies had the purpose, to understanding, what it is to be a nice little girl, what it is to be a daddy, what does it feel like, what difficulties are there associated with these roles that you played, okay? And then you come next time, you say, well, I'm not going to be a little girl anymore because I didn't really learn anything about how to be a daddy, so you can come in as a man too, okay? You go from the astral to the physical plane. Bing, bang, bing, bang. This is called the wheel of rebirth in the Indian tradition. You are born again, and you are born again, and you are born again. You don't get liberated. The yoga tradition is all about liberating this light, purifying your light, so you can ascend astrally to the heavenly realm. Okay? The ascension to this realm, the heavenly realm, the beyond fourth dimension, fifth dimension on, then you're talking refined energies. You can't get here, guys. No way you can get here. If you like, dislike, don't like, didn't dislike, and you hated this and that, you hated the other, you murder someone, the extreme, you murder someone, but even if you didn't, you just can't stand this person, you were mean to the other, you gave love, you didn't give love, you got love, you didn't get love. This is, you have to come back again, okay, get it. It's pure love who you are. It's pure love who you are. When you get that, when you get this, through karma, through experiences, through experiences, through karma, through whatever, then you will be liberated, and then you will be ascended. And then ascension, this is where you really are in heaven now. And you can actually ascend temporarily, but then you'll drop off again. The densities on your energy, any dislikes, any hates, any thing that isn't perfect peace, perfect love, will bring you down. It's as simple as that. And it's not a punishment, it's not nothing, it's just, it's too dense. It's too heavy to be up here. So it has to come down again. It has to be purified again. It has to go through another cycle of get the love, give the love, didn't get it, didn't give it, forget it, forgive it, everything else that has to happen. So for you to finally ascend that. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through some rites that you can help a person move on and ascend to this desirable heavenly realm. So your energies get liberated, and then maybe you will be a little closer to being Mother Mary, or to being Jesus, or to being Buddha, or whatever. You can still come down now. You can still come from here, but now you're a guide. Now you're here as an avatar. Now you're here to guide us, to move us along as humanity. So it's not that you are giving up anything, it's just that then in this case it's now optional. And the greatest avatars, they don't have to come back to here, where there is all these problems going on, war, and we have Trump telling us silly things, and all that sort of thing. And, but it doesn't, it's optional now. You come back and then you're going to be a guide. So this is what we're going to be doing, okay? That is my introduction. And so now we are going to open the tradition that I'm going to present to you, because it's the one that to me made a lot of sense for us to do this time. The tradition is the Quero Indian traditions. The Quero Indians open 6 directions. We're going to open the directions of the sacred, to make a sacred space here. Because what we're going to be doing, you will be able to really apply it to one of your beloved, the one that has gone away. So we need to create a safe space here. And to create it, we're going to close the direction. So we start with the south, and Maru is going to do south, right? Who's got the north? Okay, so she will be doing the north. So if you want to stand up now. So let's stand up and accompany them as we open. Who has we're going to start with the south actually. North, east, down, and then the west. You have the north. Okay. So we start off with the south, okay? Whoever has the south, would you like to stand and just face the direction that they would say? Okay, south. Okay? Great snake. Wait. Okay, south wind, the great snake.
South snake. South wind.
Great snake.
Enfold us with your light spirit. Teach us how to let go the past as you let go your old speed. Show us to walk softly on earth. Show us the way to beauty.
And we all say, welcome south.
Welcome south.
Okay, so now we go to the west.
To the west.
West.
To the west wind, Mother Jaguar, protect your healing space. Show us the way to peace and impeccable living. Show us the road beyond death of the body. Welcome west.
Welcome west. We go now to the north.
North hummingbird, north wind, hummingbird, ancestors, come to warm in our fire. Whisper to us in the wind's soft passing. We honor you who have come before us, and we honor you who will come after us, the children of our children.
Welcome. And then now we have east.
East, eagle, east wind, great eagle, condor, come to us, form the land of the rising sun, keep us under your wings, show us the mountains with which we can only dream, teach us to fly wing to wing with great spirit.
Welcome. And then now we have north.
North, south, east, west.
Oh, we don't.
We need down and up.
I need
Down and up.
Okay, so down. I have down. So down is to Mother Earth, okay? This is where we look down. We are gathered to heal all your children. Stone nation, plant nation, four-legged, two-legged, crawling animals, those who swim, those with earth, those with sin, all our relatives. Welcome this down.
Welcome down.
And then up.
Sky. Father Sky, Grandma Moon, Star Nation, Great Spirit, the one with 1,000 names and unnameable. Thank you for having us gather and allowing us to sing the song of life. And we sing the song of life. We sing the song of life. Welcome Sky, oh yeah. Welcome Sky, oh yeah. And we sing the song of life. And we sing the song of life. Welcome Sky, up above. Welcome Sky, up above.
And finally, we call upon the center. And please point to yourself the center. Center of the beginning, where everything comes from. The center, you are the center. Each of us is the center. Still revealing, still unfolding. Welcome center.
Welcome Center.
Okay, so we sit down. And so now we have created our space. We are going to open our bubble of light for self-protection. And this one, actually, I mix here with my yoga. This is not in the book, but the one I like the best is opening from Namaste, that divine point inside of me, divine point inside of you, where we are all one. So we open here, we're going to chant Om, and Om, or aura, as though we're opening a bubble of light filled with the sound of Om and the vibration of Om, the vibration of that center. So we breathe in and chant place your hands on your lap, palms down on your heels, on your knees, and breathe in and in, out and out and out and out. Squeeze the air out. Breathing in and in. Connect with that center inside of you, where all the energy comes from. And breathing out and out and out. One more time, breathing in and in. Now throwing our line all the way down into the center of the earth, connecting with the chakra on earth. And we breathe out and out and out and out. Next in breath, we send the breath all the way up from the top of the head to your 8th chakra, your godly chakra, where God is there all the time, right above your head and beyond. I'm breathing out and out and out. One more, in. Out and out, and picture that light running through your spine, from the top of the head and beyond to your heels and further down. And now we are going to do an affirmation. The down wants to come out some more. I think we put it here because it's a little bit. You have on this side the rights of the departed. We're going to do prayer number 1. Please take it and pass it. You see what I tell you? She's always ready to help this Caroline. Thank you, Caro. And the first prayer, I love it because it's a prayer that you can do absolutely any time to connect you with your Caroline is coming. To connect you. This prayer, again, is from Mahatma Shivananda. So what we're affirming here, you will get one. I think I put it.
So anybody doesn't have one?
Thank you, Carmen. Excuse me. Thank you, honey.
You want one first? Is there anybody else that doesn't have one?
So if you can share if you don't have one, and then we'll get you one. Okay. Okay. This affirmation, the first one, is an affirmation from Mahatma Shivananda. We do this affirmation anytime, guys. Anytime to dispel darkness. Anytime for our own selves to protect. It's a protection thing. You can also do it for a departed one. But it's such a, I like it as a prayer for myself whenever I'm doing these things. Okay, so we all read aloud, please.
Universal love is all-embracing and all-inclusive. In the presence of pure love, all differences, all hatred, all jealousy, egoism, shame, guilt, blame, hurt are dispelled, just as darkness is banished by the penetrating rays of the morning sun.
My own commentary is that no judgment of the beginning lies, by the beginning light. So forgiveness is by default. If somebody tells you you are ugly, you are whatever, It's not the real self talking, okay? The real self, when the person is talking from heart, you will be wonderful. It'll be perfect what you're doing. Poor darling, you have to be speaking like this to other people. You must be hurting. Forgiveness is there by default. Love is there by default because it's pure love. The pure love that will take us to that heavenly realm, to that ascended place. But once you have that, the second prayer, I loved it because it's a prayer that you can do for anybody who has passed away without chakra closing ceremony, which is most of us in the West. Okay? Only those people who hold this tradition do the chakra closing, which is what we're going to learn today. But if you have this situation, somebody has passed away, they didn't do chakra closing, you can do this one. You do it for 9 days, it will also help to ascend this person. So then now, what I want you to do is I want you to think of anybody at all, of your own relatives, or you're going to think of one of our beloved Sandy, for example, or it could be Joanne, you're going to say the name of Joanne, or it could be the name of your mom, the name of your whoever, okay? So think of one person that you would like to apply this to. And when it says here full name of the disease, in parentheses, you're going to say the name, okay? So we all say it together. Creator, I pray for the rest of the soul of Caroline. Let healers in her divine light guide her journey in the astral plane. Shelter her soul tenderly with light from your celestial angels. Guide her living soul to the magnificent light of your being. Guide lovingly and liberate Caroline of all that will not be liberated before. Take her to your presence to purify her soul with the help of all angels and archangels of your celestial court. Have mercy. Amen. So this is a beautiful prayer. Invoking light, invoking the beings of light, invoking liberation, invoking forgiveness. And you feel such peace when you've done this one. Because as your departed gets at peace, that part of you that is connected with your departed will be at peace too. And some of the a lot of the things, one of the stories, some of the stories that come, you know, in the books that I have been reading, some of them, you know, they say that they were depressed for a long time after the departed had gone away because they didn't do any chakra. They didn't know why, you know, I can't get over this, I can't get over this. And then they did the proper ceremony and everything. That soul was liberated. And this person says immediately he felt a feeling of release, a feeling of peace, like light came on. And because that person who's trapped and who's suffering will come in and, you know, I'm not well, and, you know, I didn't really want to go, and it's not fair, and it's not whatever, you know, I didn't get the love, I didn't get the... And it's going to be tugging on you because you are connected with them. So once you do this prayer, the second prayer, your departed will be at peace. Do it for 9 days, do it with all your faith, do it with your light. Make sure you have your light, make sure you have put your protection. If possible, open the directions, even if it's a very simple welcome west, welcome east, doesn't have to be the whole thing. And you will notice a difference. Okay? So then, I love this prayer because I thought this is kind of something we can all use because we all have a relative that passed away without this closing ceremony. Now, prayer number 3, Corky, you're going to love this one. Failing that you come to see Corky, you know Corky does EV release.
Earthbound energy.
Earthbound release. What happens when you die and you didn't close your chakras properly and you were not ready to go and your relatives are crying too much for you or there were unresolved things here on earth. What if you have all this going on, there is a portal that it closes and the soul cannot be released cannot go to the light anymore. There is a very short period of time where you can go right away. Other than that, you're going to become an earth-bound entity, a ghost, okay? Those that are around just watching, to catching somebody with a cold, catching somebody who just had an accident, and your chakra jars and opens, you have a bad illness, your chakra opens, you went to an operation, your chakras are going to be open. And these entities will latch on you right away, you know, and they'll make you drink, they'll make you smoke, they'll make you do things that you don't normally do. Come and see Corky if you have a lot of that, because you might have one of those that doesn't go, you know. Mostly they're benign, wouldn't you say? Mostly.
Yeah.
They really are lost. They just don't know what happened, you know, especially when it was a sudden death and that kind of thing. They haven't got a clue what went on, so then they are now trying to solve something, you know, but I can't go because my rose bush needs water. Right. It's as simple as that. My mom had that. One of the maids kept saying, I keep dreaming of your mom coming to tell me that we must go and water the bushes, go and water the roses. She was worried about the roses, for God's sake, instead of worried about her own soul. Because they can see all this, and there's nothing that they can do about it. So it's this desperation. So do this one for 9 days. You're going to find you're going to have peace, and your departed is going to have peace. Now, for those that are running around, and the great one to say and to do 1st and 2nd of November. I put it right there, because 1st and 2nd of November is when they get permission to come. It's when the veil is very thin. It's very easy for all of these souls to come around here. So, we're going to do this one as a group. Everybody, we're going to release any earthbound entities that might have happened to be here at this point, or might be wherever. And we do this today, we do it tomorrow, we do it on the 2nd, and you're going to find you're helping these souls to go where they need to go. So let's all read together. Ready?
Let the light of God expand to each corner of the Mother Earth. Let the love of God enfold tenderly and lovingly all souls that are earthbound and cannot transcend to the light. We invoke Archangel Michael to help those souls transcend darkness. With infinite love, we acclaim that all souls will be made in God's light. So it is, so it is, it is done. Amen.
So you think of this and assert. So these are for yourself, for a particular one, and for everybody who's lost. These three prayers. I was very intent that you have them in your hands so that you can take them home. Now, the chakra closing ceremony, again, is on the Kero tradition. I learned this from, Helen Hansen teaches these courses, but Julie also teaches Kero, and various other people teach Kero traditions. And it's a chakra closing ceremony, which is really very nice. The one thing I want to tell you right away, must finish with step 4, which is helping the energy exit, and step 5, which is sealing the chakras, okay, with these ones, step 4 and 5. But for the actual ceremony, let's go over this for a minute. And I want you to look in here, because it can be a little confusing. If you just read it, I'll be reading it, but sometimes, you know, you kind of didn't get which chakra was it, and so you say, well, do I go this way or do I go that way? No, it's just always going anti-clockwise. Okay? So we begin with the 4th chakra. This is a good mudra to put on, okay? You have this mudra a lot. Jesus does this, because this finger closes, this finger here actually, closes your energy in your body. So do it like this, okay? And you're going to do it like that, closes your own energy, so you're not picking anything. So now you are with a person who has just passed away. 40 hours, no more. This person has closed away. No more than 3 days, okay? if it is before 3 days, you can do this one. After 3 days, it's not gonna work so well. And you might have to do the other releases first or something, and then finally do a chakra release or whatever. So as soon as possible, as soon as you can get there to your departed, as soon as they're passing, as soon as they stop breathing, you do this closing. The same thing again, please put yourself on a bubble of light, open your sacred space, put yourself in a bubble of light so there is no contamination, okay, either for you or for other people that are there as you're doing this, because you do open quite a lot. And like I said, this is a really good mudra. That one holds your energy, locks the circuit of energy, so you're not going to pick anything up from this dead person. Okay, so now you're working with the dead body, you're working with the body here. If you don't feel comfortable, if you have bad feelings for this person, if you are saying, no, man, I don't know what I'm doing here, this is going to be too spooky, don't do it. Don't do it, okay? Because it has to be, you have to be confident, you have to be in your center, you have to be in your strength. And then it will work, and then it will be no harm. So, let's everybody kind of help me trace here with my finger. So we start in the heart, and we go anti-clockwise. 1, 2, and 3. We go down to the third chakra, okay? And we do the same. 1, 2, and 3. Now we go back to the heart. This is where it gets a little confusing. Back to the heart, just touch on the heart, come back the same spiral. Pass the third, and we go to the fifth chakra. 1, 2, and 3. And go back to the heart. And again, you trace the spiral to the next chakra. 1, 2, and 3. Go back to the heart. And go back again, passing the one that you just did into the 6. 1, 2, and 3. Go back. 1, 2, and 3 now to the heart. And then again, we go passing all the ones that we just done to the first chakra. 1, 2, and 3 anti-clockwise, closing them, you know, and then come back to the center, clockwise, passing everything else, and then you go off again, passing the ones you did, and you finish with the 7th chakra. So let's do it all. Everybody trace in your paper. You begin with the heart. Go down to 3rd chakra, Manipura. Go down. We are going against the clock. And 1, 2, and 3. Come back to the heart.
So then you go clockwise to go back, and then counterclockwise to go forward.
You go clockwise when you're coming back. You have to. Okay. Because I'm doing this. Let me see if I have a body here. Let's say this body. Okay. I'm here on this chakra, 1, 2, and 3. Then I go back. I go anti-clock to the next, 1, 2, and 3, and then clockwise to come back. So you are tracing that spiral and retracing it and retracing it again. Okay. So then we go. We're on 3rd chakra, and go down to the 5th chakra. 1, 2, and 3 anti-clockwise. Come back clockwise to the center, to the heart. And then off again, passing 5th, and going down to 2nd chakra, Savadhisthana. And again, 1, 2, and 3. And back again, clockwise, passing the throat, passing the belly, into the heart. And off we go again. Off we go, pass on that 2nd chakra, and we go to the 6th chakra. 1, 2, and 3. And then back again to the heart, in your spiral, and off again, anti-clockwise, passing that chakra we just did, and we go down to the 1st chakra. 1, 2, and 3, and back to the heart. Clockwise. Now anti-clockwise again, heart to throat, belly to the forehead, pubic bone, and the crown of the head. And 1, 2, and 3. And again, all the way retracing, retracing, retracing to the center. And off we go again. 1, 2, and 3. Finish here on the third chakra. You finish and you close. And you pull your hands out. Okay? So, it's all here in writing. Practice a little. Don't be afraid, just make sure. And then complete by following steps 4 and 5. Step 4 is you put your hands gently on the head of the person. And you imagine as though you are pulling that energy. I think actually he wants you to do, let me see, on your feet. You put your hands on your feet first, on the feet first. And you're sort of giving a gentle push for the energies to exit, okay? If you don't feel that these energies have come out, you just sit there and you say, you can say a prayer, God, I love you, and go to the light, go on your way, and you will be liberated now, and you sort of push it a little bit. If you don't feel that you have done it, then go to the head, again, you bring out the energy here, and you bring it out gently, sort of into the 8th chakra. The 8th chakra is the chakra where God lives all the time. When you connect with that 8th chakra, you are at peace, you're in your center. And people who are enlightened, they have, all their energies have moved in, they live, they dwell in this 8th chakra, in this godly space. Okay? So then we all have it. When you pull it, you send it out, don't be worried, it's not going to contaminate you, because your 8th chakra and his 8th chakra, at that point we are namaste, okay? So don't worry, because it's going to go to that 8th chakra, it's going to go to the 8th chakra. Okay, so you have your own, he has his own, it's not going to be contaminated. And once you have that, it's done, and then you seal the energy. You know how we do this when we are when we are going to church. We do this sign of the cross because it is a nice closing, a nice seal. So what you do now is you seal, starting from the top, tracing the cross on Anahata chakra, on the first chakra, the 5th chakra, then the forehead, then the throat, sealing, closing, 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 closing. And always do this, sort of to implant it. When you have done all that, this body is not going to be invaded by anybody. It's not going to be used by anyone else. These energies are completely liberated. You are helping the person to move into this astral realm right away. They go right away there, they don't stay here as entities, and then they can take the next plan, because then, we only go there to see what it is that we need. Am I done? Have I completed my degree? Did I graduate to be here? Or do I have to go back again and get more courses? You have to come back again and do, suffering 101. Or you have to do whatever, loving those that you hate, advanced course. When you start getting, when you find somebody who really, my God, why are you sending me this for goodness sake? What am I know I'm supposed to learn something, I just don't get it. So please illuminate me. So then you come back for the next course. And this body's going to go down again, you're going to ascend again, you go back for the next course, okay? So obviously it's a chakra closing is very desirable. It gives peace to the person, it gives peace to all of those that are there, because you're not going to have this person wandering around in pain, in anxiety, in suffering, in nothing. It's a very merciful thing to do for a person. Okay? The Kero Indian that brought these traditions to the West, he was asking this man, Alberto Villoldo is the one who's been kind of the spokesman in the West. I don't know if you've heard about him for all these traditions. Alberto Villoldo says that the friend told him, asked him, do you not bury your dead? Why? Because I see a lot of, a lot of discarnated people around here, a lot of lost souls. And it's not that we don't bury our dead, it's just we don't understand these processes very well. And so what happens is we alienate ourselves to it with it. We don't even want to have anything to do with the corpse. Don't you touch it, and it's awful, it's horrendous. In the old times, that beloved might have stayed in your house. Now it's very rare that a vigil happens in your house. And so then we alienate ourselves from it. We don't understand it very well, we're scared of it. We don't feel comfortable with speaking, talking, and all that. So that's why a lot of people tell me it's very morbid to do the Day of the Dead. Depends how you understand it. I think it's a very merciful thing to do. You have your beloved. All of these beloved people that are here, I would be praying, whatever prayer that are considered to be relevant for this person, go to the light, go to the light. Even do a little chakra closing, practice it there with somebody who's already passed away. You'll find that you get some peace. And so then you have your handout with all this. By all means, I encourage you to practice, to understand it, to read more if you feel that you need to read more. If not, you have got a very nice tool here just to get going. Okay?
Yes.
And that is more or less the end of this ceremony. Every time we close our own bubble of light and we thank all the energies that have been here. Okay, so let's just close our bubble of light, coming to Om, from the center. And now we gently thank the energies of the south. So we say, thank you, south. Thank you, south. Stay if you will, go if you want. Thank you for being here. Okay, north. We go down to the west of here.
West?
West. Thank you for the Chargers. For the wind, for the Chargers. Thank you for protecting us. Thank you for showing us the way. Go where you want, stay where you will. Now we go down to the north. North wind, thank you for being with us. Thank you for your fire. Thank you for the winter. Stay if you will. Go if you want. We go to the east. In wind. Thank you. Great people, Condor. Thank you for helping us understand your wind and showing us the way to dream. Thank you for being with us. Go if you want. Down to Mother Earth. Thank you, Mother Earth, energy for being with us. We God for helping us be grounded. God, your mother, please stay. I think Mother Earth wants to stay. And up to the sky, thank you for being with us. Thank you.
There's a question.
Question.
Go ahead, Sherry.
How do we know, or how do we get in touch with our spirit guides?
That, we have in this center classes all the time on how to do that. Basically, if you can keep your mind quiet, all the chit-chat, 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 the spirit will talk. In the silence, in the silence. God speaks to me. In the silence, in the silence. God speaks to me. In the silence, in the silence. God speaks